Right in front of your face are the top 30 running backs according to expert consensus rankings, and I'm included in this mess. Top 5 running backs. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. No arguments from me with McCaffrey at number 1. In fact, I think you're crazy if you rank him anything but 1 at this point. Every week, no matter who he plays, even if he's on a bye. Zeke Elliott number 2. I don't disagree with Zeke on the consensus rankings here because I have Zeke number 2 as well. I think now's the time to buy low on him. I think he's going to be 125-yard back and a touchdown on the regular once again. I feel like you could buy him more toward the 7 to 10 overall range equivalent in a trade, and the window to buy him low closes this week. David Johnson had a big game in week 5. I can't argue with the number 3 ranking. I think I've got him at 5. I've got Cook number 3, and I've got Kamara number 4. But it's a very arguable thing, these top 5 running backs right here. Where it gets interesting is right after the top 5. You have Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Chris Carson, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Lev Bell, Todd Gurley, Mixon, Ekeler. All these guys are really close, but I think Aaron Jones deserves the nod. He and Nick Chubb, I think, are neck and neck for that next spot. So other than having a couple guys moved around a little bit, my top 7 match with the experts in general as a consensus are saying about week 6. Fournette's playing great. I don't trust him long term. Carson's playing great. I always worry about fumbles and injury with Carson, but both are playing great. As of this moment, they're top 8 to 10 running backs. Some would argue higher, but tell me who you're bumping from 1 to 7 to fit Carson and Fournette in there. I'm not bumping anybody, but I do agree that right now Fournette and Carson are top 10. I sell high, but that's me. I don't trust that either one will be there at week 14, 15, 16 when it counts, producing either the numbers they're producing right now or that they're healthy. Now, does that mean I like Derrick Henry a whole lot more, or Mark Ingram, or Lev Bell? I certainly don't have Todd Gurley pegged to be a strong finisher in 2019. But is it Melvin Gordon? Is it Ekeler? Honestly, it gets really cloudy after number 7 overall for me. And if you want me to predict the future with the names in front of me here, I think it's Melvin Gordon that leaps up. I think Kerryon Johnson rises up. I think Damien Williams goes from that 25 spot up into the potential 10 to 14 range. For the future, so week 6 on, I don't like Howard. I don't like James White. I don't like Devonta Freeman. I think LaShawn McCoy gives way to Damien Williams. I think Damien Williams grabs his job back. And he was dropped in some leagues. Go look on your waiver wire. Make sure he's not there. I know everybody's going to say, oh my God, you better not say Jalen Samuels. Don't even speak his name, Smitty. In fact, you're probably saying, Smitty, for telling me to start Jalen Samuels in week 5, take a lap. Take a lap. I probably should. I probably should be taking a lap for that. At some point, I do expect Jalen Samuels or Benny Snell to start games. Now when, how many games, which one, let's call it cloudy, because it is. But what I know is Connor feels a little bit risky for the long term. But we're talking week 6 right here. So for week 6, after Carson, after Fournette, Henry, Ingram, Bell. I like it. I like that Mixon's outside the top 10. I agree that Gurley's outside the top 10. While he's on the field, he's still a TD threat, so he is 10 to 14 capable. Austin Ekeler is getting a massive amount of targets regardless of what they're doing with him in the run game. He honestly deserves maybe a higher rank than 15. Melvin Gordon's tough to rank. I think I rank him a little higher. And Kerryon Johnson, definitely. That's where I disagree, I think, with these rankings for week 6. I think Kerryon moves all the way up, at least below Ingram or below Bell, at the very least. He had a monster game in week 5. But Michelle at 19, Lindsey at 20, McCoy at 21, Devonta Freeman at 22, White, Howard. Again, I already spoke to Damien. Damien should be way up there. Carlos Hyde, Adrian Peterson, and then you got Ronald Jones, Breda, and then we'll address the Giants running back situation in a second. We'll leave them out. But, I mean, this is a blender. You throw these guys in a blender and turn it on, and that blender might produce a more accurate order than if you tried to really rank these guys with logic. That's the nature of the running back position heading into week 6 if you look beyond like the top 14 or 15. And again, that's moving Melvin up and Kerryon up, and Damien up. Now, Barkley is a whole nother topic. Now, if Barkley plays, put him in the top 6. If he doesn't, and Gallman does play, Gallman had a concussion last week, you might see Jonathan Hillman in there if, for whatever reason, Gallman can't go and Barkley doesn't play. But if Barkley plays, he's top 6. If Gallman's playing and Barkley's not, Gallman's probably top 15. So coming up with some buy lows from the rankings, and we'll start off with Zeke because he's kind of the outlier here. He's ranked high, but people are valuing him pretty low. So go get him. Go get Kamara as well. But I sell high on Fournette. I sell high on Carson. I potentially buy low on Bell if people are valuing Bell lower than that 12 spot, which they might be doing. Once Darnold's back, he'll be probably back in the mix for top 7 to 10 overall in my book. I buy Melvin low. I buy Damien Williams low. Now, one important note, we're only 1 day removed from the Monday night game, so there are some experts that probably haven't adjusted some of their rankings yet. So I bet you we do see Damien climb up. I bet you we do see Gordon climb up. Maybe Ekeler as well because of his big receiving game. Kerryon probably moves up into the top 11 to 14. But this is an early look at where the experts have these players heading into Tuesday. And again, my rankings are mixed in here because there's so many experts involved. One person's rankings only sway the data so much. I'll keep you posted on my lives and in other videos if guys move around a ton between now and like Thursday or Friday. Go buy low, get to work, stay ahead of the curve, and make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and tell everybody about the show. We're coming for every other channel and fantasy football analyst out there, and it all starts right now. It doesn't start in 2020, it starts right now. Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.